Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and my two guest co-hosts are here today. Chella H.
It's your girl, Chella H, Big H.
And Jasmine Brand.
One time for the birthday cheese.
Hey.
Oh, it's your birthday?
Yep. Hey.
One time for the birthday cheese.
Hey.
Go ahead and visit your birthday cheese.
Happy. Is it still? It's not. Well, okay.
It don't end till what? Sunday?
Yeah, maybe.
Your birthday was yesterday,
Yeah, my birthday
Jasmine.
was yesterday.
Today's Donnell Rawlings' birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, Donnell.
Happy birthday.
Y'all go leave. What should they leave in Donnell's? Some lotion?
Yeah, lotion.
Something,
Water.
I don't know.
No, that's nice.
I don't know what
to
you would
hydrate.
put on there. Maybe an ashy foot emoji.
A foot. Yeah, a foot.
A foot emoji, because his feet are always very ashy.
Mm-hmm.
But happy birthday, Donnell Rawlings.
Yes.
But yeah, we are definitely recovering from last night. And about last night is going to be a time today when you find out what we did last night.
Gosh.
How you feeling, Jasmine?
I am exhausted, Angela.
Do you remember things that happened?
No, I do not remember.
All right.
Okay.
Plead the fifth.
And plead the fifth. I will say this, Chella was trying to trip people, random people on the street.
Well, it was Jasmine that kept sending
She
me
was
out.
hyping it up.
It was her birthday, so I just did.
You
what
gonna
she
blame me
wanted.
for trying to trip people?
Well, it was like you gave me the eye, and I just was like, okay.
Jasmine was like, Chella's tripping people. I was like, okay. But let's, it is a Wealth Wednesday also, which we love. So Latrice Galloway is going to be with us.
Okay.
She is the founder of the Child Care Chick. And, well, she is the Child Care Chick.
Oh, okay.
But she opened child care facilities, and she'll talk about her journey, how she first started and built this multi-million-dollar business, and she's helping other people too. But we all know child care is a huge issue.
Yes.
Here, so it's going to be a very enlightening conversation. And of course, speaking of light, shine a light when we come back. 800-292-5150. Who do you want to shine a light on? All right, and right now here we are at work. Rihanna, it's way up.
Shine, I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Chella's here.
That's right.
That's right. Jasmine Brand is here.
Good morning.
Good morning. And it's time to shine a light. That's where we spread some love and positivity.
Yes.
Chella, I know you said specifically you had
Yes.
somebody you wanted to shine a light on.
Actually, I wanted to shine a light on two of my favorite women from Chicago. Let me just tell y'all a little about them. My girl, Fabricia, and Susu, they have two of the biggest restaurants in Chicago right now. They started off small, and now they both have like 3 or 4 locations.
I think you were telling me about you wanted to take me there.
What's
For
the
sure.
What's the name of it?
Susu restaurant, Susu and Dre is S2, so they got 5 locations,
Okay.
like 5 or 6, and a new one opening, and one just opened. And Fabricia is Can't Believe It's Not Me, which you would love.
You've been saying you want me
I
to
love
come
them.
Oh, you were talking about that last night.
Yeah, they
Okay.
like two of my favorite people. They character solid. They married. They got new babies together, and their birthday was this week. So shout out to both of them. Happy
Okay.
birthday,
Sages.
And the
Yep.
fact that you, and I know you love meat.
I do.
We'll go
But
to
their
our
food
cue.
is so good, you can't even tell. You won't believe it's not meat.
All right. Well, thank you. Shout out to them. I'm
Yep.
coming to Chicago. You're going to
Yes.
bring me. All right. Well, who do you guys want to shine a light on? 800-292-5150. Sean, who do you want to shine a light on?
I want to shine a light on my wife. She's a traveling stylist. Her name is Bettina, and her Instagram is The Fashion Plugs.
Okay.
And she also has a boutique called FTO Fashion Takeout. So,
I like that name.
She's
I
a
just-
traveling stylist. That's cool.
she's working her way up. I just want to shine a light on her because she always working hard and even supporting me with the stuff that I be doing. So she just be doing a lot. I just wanted to shine a light on her.
All right. Well, listen, I want to do something for your wife since you want to celebrate and since you love her so much. How about we give you some Valentino Born in Roma for your wife?
Wow, I appreciate that. I think she would love that.
All right, I know she would because she got good taste, and good
smells
style.
good. Mm-hmm.
All right, so hold on the line. We're gonna get your information.
Thank you.
That was Shine a Light, 800-292-5150 in case you couldn't get through. And of course, as you hear, that is brought to you by Born in Roma by Valentino Beauty. For her, for him, for them. And we have a Yee Tea when we come back. Let's talk about Cameron and Nia Long. Could you see that happening? We'll discuss it. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Yee Tea is next.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot.
Let's get it.
Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Come and get the tea.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Chella is here with me.
It's your girl,
That's
Chella
right.
H, Big H.
Not the lowercase.
Now, Jasmine Barron just stepped out. She had quite a night last night with
Yes,
us.
she did.
We'll discuss about last night. But right now, let's get into some Yee tea. All right. Well, Cameron has definitely been trying to shoot his shot at Nia Long. He was on It Is What It Is, and he talked about the time that he DM'd her after her ex, Ime Udoka's cheating was publicized. So he said he slid in the DMs, and one of his co-hosts actually read what was said in those DMs. Here is Stat reading that.
Together, we can achieve the greatness we were both destined for as a couple. Un viva vive? You talking different languages?
Yeah.
That means we have one life to live. Pardon my French.
No, clear that up. I was like French or whatever.
I was like, wait, what? I can't speak French.
Okay. Well, he definitely tried. It was a long message.
He ain't wrong.
Have you ever got like a nice DM like that?
Yes, I did. That's how I'm with who I'm with now.
Okay. See, it can work.
DMs
Unfortunately, Cameron did respond. She still hasn't opened my DM. Well, I'm sure she'll see this. You know, or what he could do is schedule a sit-down conversation similar to how Jeezy did it.
That'll work.
I'm just trying to give advice here. All right. Saucy Santana has been added to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, so people will start seeing him on there in January of 2024. That could be a really big deal, too. First of all, Saucy has a really funny personality.
Yes, he does. I love him.
And I think that means you could picture seeing like maybe a Young Miami on there, since they're such good friends, and the people he's with, and he's very open about his relationships.
Yes.
He just went through a breakup, but it looks like he is not sitting home crying about it.
Okay, he ain't wrong.
But yeah, that's going to be interesting to see though, because he also was dating Zell Swag, who is on that show as well. All right. Now let's get into Nicky Jam. He said he dropped 110 pounds. He had the weight loss surgery, and so he opened up about his health journey, his new healthy lifestyle. He talked to people and said he had gastric bypass surgery 6 months ago after struggling with his weight. For years, he said, the reality is I've been fighting with my weight my whole life, because this is an industry where you have to be in shape, you have to do movies, you have to do videos. So shout out to Nicky Jam.
Yeah, well, you got to do what works for you.
Yeah, and it is about having a healthier lifestyle after that, because you can't just drop the weight and then continue to do whatever it is that you were doing prior to that.
Right.
All right. Now, Daddy Yankee is saying that he is officially retiring from reggaeton to devote his life to his religious faith. He ended his farewell tour La Meta in his homeland of Puerto Rico. And he made the announcement in a very lengthy speech. We would play it, but it is definitely in Spanish. I actually know Spanish pretty well, yeah.
Well, I know Ebonics.
Okay, I've noticed. But yes, we'll miss Daddy Yankee. Daddy Yankee is one of my favorite reggaeton artists. And so, yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, I do too. He's had some major hits that are not just, that go everywhere, like mainstream worldwide. All right, well, when we come back, we have About Last Night. That was your Yee tea, and here comes Jasmine. We're going to get into About Last Night because it's all about Jasmine last night. And I always say this, when it's your birthday, you can act up, not remember anything,
get away with it,
do whatever, and the next day just be like, it was my birthday.
Yeah.
All right, it's Way Up. About Last Night is next.
Last night. So, about last night. Last night. Here's how it went down.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Chella is here.
That's right.
Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes, I'm here.
And About Last Night. And so yesterday was Jasmine's birthday. Now, you guys went out and did some things on your own because I had a meeting.
Yes, we did. We did a little shopping.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
A little cruising.
Yeah.
You came back with a whole bunch of clothes.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
You know how we
not
do.
Too much.
All right. And I had a meeting at Diageo. By the way, their office is amazing.
That sounded like a good time, actually.
Diageo has a lot of over 180 spirits brands under them. You know, that includes like Don Julio, Casamigos, Bailey's, Kettle One, just a lot of different
everything.
Really,
your favorites.
Yeah, things I
Something
really enjoy.
we drink on a regular basis. Okay.
So I was there. They also have this Pronghorn initiative that helps black-owned spirits brands.
Oh, beautiful.
And so they do a lot for that whole initiative. But anyway, Then I came and met up with y'all.
Yes, you did.
And we went out to eat. Now, it was Jasmine's birthday, so it only made sense to go to Jasmine's.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was my first time at Jasmine's.
It's a Caribbean restaurant. Food was amazing.
Yep, you was the photographer.
Yeah,
for the
I got
night.
some good pictures,
Yeah.
videos. Then we went down the block to Samir. That's the bar, lounge, more upscale French Caribbean
after party.
cuisine restaurant that they own.
Yeah, that was the after party.
Yeah, and we had a little after party in there.
Yes,
we had a
we
good
did.
time.
Yes, we did.
Had some shots to celebrate Jasmine's birthday. Then we went home,
Yeah.
and I fell
We
asleep
walked.
on the couch. Chella fell asleep in a chair, but Jasmine was up.
I was up, yeah.
And Jasmine was up, and she was rapping.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she was freestyling. Do we have a little bit?
I'm gonna smoke a little weed. I'm gonna
No, I became a rapper last night, and I performed with perfume in my hand as a microphone. And I was,
She had some Born in Roma by Valentino. in
yes,
her
I had
hand.
that perfume in my hand, and that was my microphone, and I was putting on for my city. You know what I'm saying?
ain't wrong.
Yeah.
But not only were you rapping with a bottle of perfume as your mic, you also
What?
claimed that you make crystal meth.
Yeah,
On
I-
camera, like you wanted to perform.
well, I know, I just don't remember.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I was a rapper. I was talking about selling drugs that I've never sold. You know what I'm saying? It's-
And yeah, I
And
know.
that was
I could
sweet.
tell by the way you were doing it, you didn't know how to make crystal
Yeah.
meth.
Yeah.
And I was like, she watches Breaking Bad, clearly.
I loved that show.
But we had a good time. And
Yes,
then today
we
we were a
did.
bit sluggish.
It was a very low key birthday, but it was lit though.
Yeah, it was real lit.
And that's how it should be. We had a fun time. So that was our About last night.
Thank you for making my birthday so fun, guys.
Yeah.
No
a
problem.
Yeah.
I'm concerned though. I'm like, Jasmine used to cook drugs in the kitchen.
Oh my gosh.
on the
It's embarrassing.
stove.
And when we come back, we do have Tell Us a Secret. We learned Jasmine's secret. Now we want to know yours. All right. 800-292-5150 is a number. Again, it is time for you to tell us a secret. We always share with you guys. Now we want you to tell us your secrets, but you do get to be anonymous and we are not going to judge you. Okay. 800-292-5150. Tell us a secret. When we come back, it's way up.
This is a judgment-free zone. Tell us a secret.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and the girls are here. All right,
house.
Jasmine Brand.
Yes.
Chella H.
Big H.
All right, and it's time to tell us a secret. That's where you guys get to remain anonymous. Tell us anything. We're not gonna.
I had sex with my homie's mother.
Okay,
Well,
that's not.
You know.
Yeah, that's
Ain't
not
too
bad.
bad. You know.
And the other secret was I had a girl do the biggest small to me.
Do the Biggie Smalls to you?
Yeah.
She itched on you.
Yep.
She pooped on you.
Okay, on your chest.
On my chest.
Okay.
Was it watery or?
Yeah, was it solid,
Solid
or
or-
was it like more smushy?
It was like ice cream. When it's a salty ice cream, how it comes out.
Like a little soft serve chocolate ice cream.
How did you? What made you want her to do that to you?
She was bad as
So she's attractive.
And what did that do for you?
It turned me on.
The smell didn't bother you?
No, not at all.
Okay. And you only did it one time, or is this like a regular thing?
Just one time. My main thing is a foot fetish.
Okay.
So you got a lot of fetishes.
Did
yo.
did she ask you, can I do this, or did you ask her to do it?
I asked her,
And
but she called me over and said,
I have a technical question. Does she face you when she's doing it, or is it like a reverse?
Like a reverse.
she was looking the other way.
Okay.
reverse.
All right. Did you pay her?
No, I ain't paid. We just had sex afterwards.
Thank you for sharing. No judgment. Clearly, people
Yeah.
do that.
Hey,
Hey, anonymous caller, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, thank you. You want to tell us a secret?
Yes, I do. For about 20 years, I lied about my credentials in my career. I don't have a high school diploma, nor a degree, but I have advanced in my career.
You know what? I always felt like people don't really check that. You could say anything. And you've been doing well in your career, so, you know, that don't let nothing stop you.
And don't you ever tell that secret to them.
And it's
Oh, I
okay.
never will. Happy birthday, Jasmine.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you keep
Yeah,
it.
thank
What
you.
what field of work are you in?
No, don't even ask.
I'm not weird, but like what field?
Health.
Health. Okay.
Okay,
That's
so
general. All right.
all right. So it's some things that would require you to have a degree, or
I hope you ain't delivering
I'm
babies or
not
nothing.
patient,
she's a
but-
doctor.
She's
Are you a
doctor.
doctor?
No. But yes, they may require that I have a degree.
Okay. Obviously, you're good at your job.
You think you would ever go and try to like get that degree on the side just to have it, or it don't even matter?
Girl, I'm at my end game. I'm ready to be out.
Okay. All right.
Good for
Fair
you.
enough. Well, thank you for sharing. No judgment.
At all.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye. Good for her.
All right. Well, that was Tell Us a Secret. 800-292-5150. In case you couldn't get through, we can still play your secret during Last Word. And when we come back, we have your Yeetie. Let's discuss Jonathan Majors. His ex-girlfriend has testified. You know, he's being charged with misdemeanor assault and harassment. And we'll tell you what she had to say. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Yeetie is next.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Chella is here.
It's your girl, Chella H, Big H.
Big
That's
H.
right.
Jasmine Brand is here.
Not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
The JasmineBrand.com. And now we're doing some Yeetie. Let's get into this whole Jonathan Majors trial. I'm watching what's happening live. Grace Jabari is the woman who's accused him of attacking her in March. She did take the stand in the trial yesterday. She was the second witness to testify in the case, and her testimony is continuing today. And so far, she's talked about meeting him on the set of Ant-Man, how they started a whirlwind romance. She said that he told her he loved her early on in the relationship, but she's accusing him of slapping her, throwing her into the car after she exited it, twisting her arm and grabbing and injuring her hand. Prosecutors did say she was treated at a hospital for minor injuries to her head and neck, which included a cut to her ear, and he is pleading not guilty to the charges. He's also being supported in court, as we know, by Megan Good. And so opening statements were on Monday. She also talked about going to a party, because remember, there was the pictures of her at a party
Afterwards, right?
after the fight happened. She said that she decided to attend a stranger's birthday bash instead of returning home to the apartment she shared with him after he allegedly struck her in that cab. She said, I didn't want to be alone at that point. I was just trying to suppress the sadness. I felt sad so deeply in my heart, but I was also really grateful for these 3 people who had saved me. She said she bought her 3 new friends a bottle of champagne as a thank you.
Okay.
And also danced. These were people who she says came to her aid after her alleged physical altercation.
Interesting. So I guess their argument is, if you were so devastated and hurt, why'd you go to this party afterwards?
Right.
Gotcha.
And she talked about returning home the night of the alleged assault. She's actually talking about that today.
Okay.
She said the pain still wasn't registering, and she said her experience as a dancer has taught her to withstand pain. And she said it was a full-bodied experience of shock. She said her finger had changed color and was kind of red, and she was aware that something was not right.
Okay.
And she also talked about how he demanded total compliance from her and allegedly told her that she needs to live up to the standards of Coretta Scott King, Martin Luther King's wife, and Michelle Obama. And according to prosecutors, he once told her, I'm a great man, and demanded that total compliance. All right. So
he uses some interesting examples.
Well,
we love those black women.
Yeah, that wasn't bad, but I get the other part.
All right. So if convicted, he's facing up to a year. But again,
that's not bad.
Yeah, he's pleading not guilty. But, you know, the implications on his career.
Yes, that's bad.
Is pretty bad. He already did lose certain deals.
Yeah,
and
well,
ads
let's
were
see if he did it.
All right. Now let's discuss Erica Banks. She said she got a second round of her BBL done and said that she looks good for real now. And yeah, she said BBL round 2 ain't no, but the body is even more.
Okay.
Popping. That's a lot to go through twice.
Yeah. It's short amount. I feel like it's a short amount of time too.
All right, and British Williams is asking a judge to delay sentencing so that she can spend Christmas with her daughter. She sent the judge a motion for a delay. You know, she was sentenced to 4 years in prison after pleading guilty to 15 felony fraud charges. She is scheduled to be sentenced next week, December 11th, but she's hoping to be able to at least spend Christmas with her 5-year-old. And they said her daughter needs a little bit of time to deal with the transition.
This makes me sad, Angela.
Yes, they're trying to get the verdict overturned in a higher court.
I really feel strongly about nonviolent, crimes having to go to jail. I feel like if it's nonviolent, I'm not saying you shouldn't. I don't know.
And she's a first-time offender.
Yeah, that makes me sad. I'm not saying what she did. It just makes me sad.
All right, well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They're flying under the radar. But now, let's get into some dancehall. Sean Paul, Temperature. It's way up.
I got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm here.
Chella's here.
Chella.
And let's get these under the radar stories going. Now, they have introduced a bill to end solitary confinement in federal institutions. And this is a bill that is a companion to a measure introduced by House Democrats that would limit placing federal inmates and detainees in segregation except under certain guidelines. It's the End Solitary Confinement Act. All right. And so it's similar to a bill, the House bill. Incarcerated people would also be entitled to at least 14 hours of daily time out of their cells, including access to 7 hours of programming meant to address topics such as mental health, substance abuse, and violence prevention.
Okay. Interesting.
It really sounds inhumane.
To be in solitary confinement,
For
right?
extended periods of time.
Mentally, can you imagine what that would do to somebody?
Yeah.
You know, so... All right, now, lawmakers, by the way, are also scrutinizing Shein, fast fashion, that's what they call it, because, you know, they filed for an IPO, and they need proof that they don't use forced labor after they file for that IPO. So now... one congressman is even threatening to pursue legislation to bar them from trading if the United States Securities and Exchange Commission doesn't reject its application. So they want to make sure, because there's these allegations of forced labor and exploiting U.S. trade laws. And in the meantime, speaking of Shein, Amazon is targeting Shein. They have big fee cuts for cheap apparel sellers. So Amazon did announce yesterday they would reduce seller fees on clothing products priced below $15 to 5% starting in January. And the rates on clothing priced from $15 to $20 will drop to 10%. The commissions previously have been 17%. That's a big difference.
Yeah. I will say Amazon clothes are a little expensive sometimes. They get a little pricey.
See, I don't know. I just shop at It's a Vibe Fashion House in Chicago,
right.
Illinois,
It's a
2144.
But you know what?
95th Street.
Thinking about those fees, they probably have to sell stuff for more because the sellers have to pay those fees. 17% to Amazon. So with that dropping lower for cheaper clothing, that makes them able to then pass those savings on
to the consumer.
So it makes sense.
Okay.
All right, and there are some paintings. You know, Art Basel is happening right now in Miami, and there are some paintings that are being made by chimps that are selling for as much as $10,000 at Art Basel, and so that's. Some of them look pretty good.
Angela, you
would get.
Yeah, you love art.
I do love artwork, but $10,000. I think I need
none.
Are you saying you don't have artwork for $10,000?
I'm saying I would want a person to do it. But these are our rescued chimps.
And this picture we're
Save
looking
the
at?
Chimp Sanctuary, yeah.
Is this the picture the chimp did?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're pretty talented.
All right.
Well, that is your Under the Radar. And we got the Way Up mix coming at the top of the hour. Plus, it is a Wealth Wednesday. So Latrice Galloway is going to be joining us. And we're going to be talking about child care here in the United States and what she is doing to make sure that there's more access for people to get affordable and not just affordable, but great child care because
that's important.
Yeah,
For sure.
super important. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Chella is here.
It's your girl H.
Big H.
Big H. And Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
It's all about balance, guys. I'm having green juice and a Krispy Kreme donut. Okay. Let's get into some Yeezy. Andre 3000 reveals that he did have a different title for his album. His album is called New Blue Sun, but previously it was going to be called Everything Is Too Loud. He said, but then he felt like it was just a negative title and he didn't want to put negative energy out.
I like Everything Is Too Loud. I like that title.
Well, that's your negative energy, ma'am.
All right.
Ma'am.
Okay.
You know how people be like, I hate everything. Everything is too loud. It's terrible.
Yeah.
So I understand what he's trying to say. So New Blue Sun it is.
Have you listened to it yet, Angela?
I've listened to probably like 2 songs on it.
Chella, have you listened to it?
No.
Okay.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, yeah. Yo Gotti is going back to school to study business at UCLA Anderson School of Management.
Okay.
And, the course is going to explore analytical tools relevant to valuing projects, corporations, IPOs, mergers and acquisitions, private firms, and debts. I'm a big fan of going to school and taking classes for things.
Tests, studying. That's right up your alley.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy that part of it, but I do think that educating yourself on things to be smarter, better, just more well-rounded is important.
Keeps you lively.
Yeah. And also if you do certain things, like he is a business owner.
Makes sense.
So for him to go to school to study business to help him be better at his business, I think it makes sense. All right. NBA YoungBoy is responding to Gilly the Kid, saying that he and Lil Durk talk regularly. We never thought we'd see this day come. And apparently the two of them may even work together.
That's good. I love to see that.
I talk to Durk like every 2-3 nights, man. He be trying to talk to me about my music, and he focused on $1 billion right now.
All right. In addition to that, we saw, and when I saw Lil Durk first, like kind of saying some stuff when I saw YoungBoy saying stuff to Lil Durk, Lil Durk saying stuff to YoungBoy, I didn't know the full story, so I thought it was like an issue. Lil Durk said, "You lied about sending the address 7 times. When I asked, I'm finna grab my coat one more time, send the address." You could read that one of 2 ways,
right?
If you don't know the backstory.
The tone.
But apparently they are gonna hook up and do some stuff. Here's what YoungBoy said.
Bro, my PO gotta approve you. It don't work like that. You gonna send my ass to jail.
I understand that. There's some concern.
All right, now here's some breaking news. Diddy has been accused of gang rape of a 17-year-old. There is a new lawsuit now. Rolling Stone is reporting on this. It says that Sean Combs, his longtime lieutenant Harve Pierre, and a third unidentified man allegedly gang raped a 17-year-old girl inside of his recording studio in Manhattan in 2003 after the high school student was trafficked across state lines and plied with a certain amount of drugs and alcohol, according to this new lawsuit that was filed today. She is the 4th woman to accuse him of sexual assault in the last 3 weeks. She alleged she was out with a friend at a lounge in the Detroit area 2 decades ago when Harve Pierre singled her out, complimented her appearance, insisted he was best friends with Diddy, and purportedly told her that he would love to meet her and called him on his phone so that they could invite her personally on an impromptu trip to New York aboard a private jet.
When it rains, it pours.
And this was in Rolling Stone.
Ooh. Sheesh. That's serious.
So yet another lawsuit.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, guys. Whew. All right,
That's a lot.
That is your Yeezy. Yeah, it's definitely a lot.
Yeah.
And when we come back, since Chell is here, I mean,
how do you transition to this?
I know, I don't even know what we're supposed to do, but we'll discuss. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Do this. Yeah.
Yo.
More Way Up with Angela Yee on now.
You know who it is. You know who it is.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Chella is here. Jasmine went to go get some plates for us. We were just talking about this breaking news about Diddy. He's being accused of yet another incident, and this was in Rolling Stone. According to Rolling Stone, he's now being accused allegedly of he, along with 2 other men, gang raping a 17-year-old girl inside of his recording studio in Manhattan in 2003. Now, Jasmine, Chella, I know a lot of times people hear these stories and like, why did they wait 20 years to say something? I hear people say that all the time with Cassie. Yeah. I heard people saying that, and sometimes people don't believe that things are true.
Right.
But I always like to point out that there's a lot of women who will never say anything at all.
Yeah.
Right. And when we did Lip Service the other day, we were talking to Chameleon. She's an artist and she's also a star of Rap-ish. And she talked about an incident. She didn't even name names. And sometimes it's hard to do that. But here's what she said.
Music exec. I remember when I first got in this and he invited me down to the studio to listen to this record. And in the middle of him playing the record, he pulls out his he was like, do what you do. And I was flustered, and I was like, if I say the wrong thing, will I be blackballed?
And she never has told that story or revealed who the person is. But she said she left, didn't do it. And after that, he was always respectful to her, made sure that she got paid what she was supposed to get paid.
Wow.
Fortunately for her, it didn't go a different way. But things like that, for something like that, she could have at that time tried to press charges. And sometimes when other people have so much power, you don't feel like you can do anything.
It's intimidating.
Right. Yeah.
And it's embarrassing. Scary.
It's not something that's easy for people to come forward and even say. Right. Because nobody wants to be that person that accused. And to be clear, it's also not a given that even if something did happen, that the person will be found guilty.
Right.
Because if there's nobody in the room but the two of you,
it's your
you
word
might
against
feel
you.
like I'm gonna go out here, put myself out on a limb and say this, and then
some people ain't gonna want to work with me.
And no one's gonna believe me, and now I'm a liar. You know, if in case in court it doesn't happen. Because one thing guys always say is women falsely accuse, and I think they said it's like 3 to 5% of instances are that, but there's so many more women that are never gonna speak out at all or say anything.
It takes a lot of courage too, for sure.
So I just want to make sure that when people talk about these stories, and even for some people who are listening now that may have had instances that happened to them and feel like, well, the time passed, I didn't talk about it at that time, you know, should I bring it up? This person has so much power, will I get blackballed? There's a lot of questions, and no one can tell you what you need to do for yourself or what your situation is.
Yep.
All right, I just wanted to put that out there since that is another breaking story in Rolling Stone. All right, well, when we come back, we have Ask Ye. 800-292-5150 is a number. Call us up. Anything you want to ask, we are here to help. It's Way Up.
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
You should know.
This is Ask Ye.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes. I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
AKA Sexy Pink.
Okay, all right.
When she's feeling spicy. Chella H is here.
Chella H, Big H.
Yep.
And you know, before we get into Ask Ye, I just want to read Diddy's statement to Rolling Stone.
Okay.
Rolling Stone put out a story that it's a 4th sexual assault lawsuit. Now, and by the way, same attorneys that settled Cassie's case so quickly.
Ooh.
All right. Well, his statement says, enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth.
Sean Diddy Combs.
So that is his statement now.
The comments are off on that post too on Instagram.
I'm quite sure they are.
He put it on his Instagram and turned the comments off.
And there's a picture of the accuser. Her face, there's a something over her face so you can't see who it is. They put like a circle around her face so you can just see she's sitting on his lap.
Okay.
So when people are asking about like evidence, I don't know, but she has pictures where you can see she's in the studio.
Okay.
The accuser. Okay. All right. Well, now let's get into some Ask Ye. We have a voicemail, and this was one we felt like would be a good question for you, Jasmine. Here it is.
Okay.
My daughter is 13 years old, and she's been getting in trouble at her school a lot. Long story short, my mom whooped her. Her and her husband whooped her, which is not her grandfather. Let me put that in. So now she has whips on her arms, and she said it was blood or something splashed on the wall or something like that, and they whooped her in her sleep. They didn't wake her up. So I want advice to ask you, what should I do about that situation?
Ooh, that's tough. I mean, whipping with its blood and welts and marks on her arm, but it's it's the child's grandmother, her mom.
Yeah.
And I guess the step
grandpa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Jasmine, you have a 2-year-old.
I do have a 2-year-old.
And you do have help from both your mom and from your significant, your partner's
my
mom.
baby daddy.
Your baby daddy's mom. Bow, bow, bow. So I wanted to ask you what your thoughts are. It's a song. I wanted to ask you what your thoughts are as far as like your child getting whipped.
I don't mind a little pop here and there, and it's a big age gap. She's saying 13. My child is 2. And I've told her grandmother, like, if she does, you need to pop her. I'm with the gentle parenting too. But I feel like if someone is taking care of your child, I feel like they should be able to discipline them, and you set the parameters. I think 13 might be a little old to be getting whooped. I don't know. Maybe punishment.
It depends on what they do, too. Because it's like, what does she do? Right. Now, the blood, that's too much.
I think, I mean, a harsh whooping, I think there's a borderline of like that.
Abuse or disciplinary.
If there's like blood and marks and what, that's a lot.
Yeah. And then waking her sleep.
And I don't know that that's going to make a kid be good.
That's traumatic.
Because if she sleep, it's like, what time would she sleep?
I got whooped all the time. It didn't change
why would she even sleep?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
All right. Well, that is asking, and we would love for you guys to weigh in on that as well. 800-292-5150. You can leave a message for last word. It's also a Wealth Wednesday, and Latrice Galloway is going to be joining us. And interestingly enough, she's known as the child care chick, and she started a child care center, and now she's talking about franchising.
Okay.
And her model is really amazing, but we talk about child care and we talk about who is watching your kids is so important. So we'll be talking to her. But in the meantime, Jasmine, it's still your birthday. We want to buy you a drink. Okay? It's way up.
Had a dream of living wealthy, and I don't mind sharing my wealth, dog.
Getting you straight financially, mentally, and physically. This is Wealth Wednesday on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and my Wealth Wednesday partner, Stacey Tisdale, is here.
We have Latrice Galloway, who has Kidsville Learning Academy. She's the founder and CEO. That's in Texas. She's grossed nearly $20 million over 16 years. You were born and raised in San Antonio, and you actually set out to be an attorney. But like many parents, you couldn't find a facility that you thought was up to quality and cost for your son. And then you had an aha moment, and 6 months later, you had Kidsville.
Yep, it was born. That's exactly pretty much how it happened. It happened really quick. But I tell people all the time, I was just a mom looking for childcare. This was not something that I thought I would get into. It was just no quality centers out there that were affordable. I was looking for affordable and quality.
So can you talk to me about starting your first daycare center?
So once I had the idea and the aha moment, I started looking for a building, and I found this building for lease. So went home, talked to my husband about it, rented the building, turned it into a childcare center. And again, when you say it's not easy, if you don't know, I was the first business owner in my family. I didn't have a mentor, so I just did it on my own. What I thought was going to take me 2 months took me 6 months to get the building up to code and get open. And once I got open and got licensed, the community really needed what I had to offer, and the children just start coming in. But again, like you said, it's a lot of liability. So I always tell people, you have to be ready for the business side. It's a lot of liability. You're managing staff. Parents are leaving you with their most prized possession every single day.
Right.
So it comes a lot of liability with that. But once I got in it and got in the groove and started building that business, and I got it down packed, it's been great.
How were you able to finance this and then to be able to scale? What type of investments did you get? Did you use out-of-pocket funds?
So my first center, I used out-of-pocket funds because I was leasing a building. And so me and my husband kind of broke the bank. When I told him about it, I was like, if we break the bank and use all of our savings, I'm going to make this work. And so that's what we did. Now, when my lease was up, this is when I knew that I had to leave this building because it was falling apart. My landlord wouldn't, really help me. And I had the idea to build a building, but I was 28 years old. I was like, no one's going to give me this kind of money. Well, I was wrong. So that's where I got with a local bank, and they lent me the money to build this school that I have now, which is over 15,000 square feet that I built from the ground up.
It's Wealth Wednesday. Stacey Tisdale is here, and our guest, Latrice Galloway, the founder of Kidsville Learning Academy, and she is also the founder of the Child Care Chick.
Let's unpack that a little bit. Local community bank, and you were building something that was such a important service to the community. Talk about if that played a role in you getting that. It was $2 million.
Yes, I think it played a very important role because when you're dealing with local banks, they know what's going on in the community. They know what's being built, what the next 10 years is going to look like. And so they saw what I had done. I had everything in order. They saw the paperwork that I had. They saw my numbers. They saw my business structure. And they knew that if they lent me this money, I would be able to impact so many more families and children in the community. And so I think that played a big role in it. People like to go to the bigger banks, but they don't know what's going on in your community.
And I'm sure they looked at your background too, because even though this wasn't what you initially intended to do, your background actually did help you with being able to create this business.
So I think like I said, by having my paperwork and everything in order, when I sat at the table and they were able to look at it and they looked at me and said, wow, you've done this in 4 years. That's when they were like, we're going to get behind this because whatever you're doing, you're doing it right.
Talk about how important it was when you got this loan that you had your paperwork in order, and how what should entrepreneurs do who are trying to get that investment?
That was the first thing they looked at, to be honest. They didn't care about nothing else. Let's see what you've done. So having pretty much tax returns in order, had my business structured right, get you a good CPA. I didn't know that the first few years. That can really help you keep your documentations in order, show them your growth. I was able to show them where I started and every single year how my business had just grew and how, I exceeded the numbers that I thought and how I had to get a second building next door to be able to house more children. And so having all that documentation when I went to the table really helped. Literally, when I left the first day, they said, we're going to give you this money. So another important thing is your credit. You want to make sure your credit is together, too.
All right, we have more with Latrice Galloway, the child care chick. When we come back, Stacey Tisdale is here. It's a Wealth Wednesday.
Dream of living wealthy, and I don't mind sharing my wealth, dog.
Getting you straight financially, mentally, and physically. This is Wealth Wednesday on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Stacey Tisdale is joining me for Wealth Wednesday. And our guest today is the founder of Kidsville Learning Academy. And she is also the founder of the Child Care Chick. We have Latrice Galloway. And now let's discuss franchising as a business model, because that's something that's fascinating to me. Mm-hmm. So can you talk to me about your whole idea about franchising and opening more centers?
Sure. So people always think that because I have this large, successful location that I want to own 20 of them. And I personally do not want to own 20 Kidsvilles, but I also want to give other people the opportunity to use my blueprint to win in this industry. So that's when I decided to say, you know what? I'm going to franchise. So for me, that's the next step into having more locations. I would love to see them all over and just kind of go in there and put my stamp on it. But that's another stream of income that I don't actually have to be there. I have so many other avenues and ways that I make money and different business ventures that I don't want to be tied to having to be in my center.
Right.
And so the one that I have now runs like clockwork without me.
It's Wealth Wednesday. Stacey Tisdale is here, and our guest, Latrice Galloway, the founder of Kidsville Learning Academy, and she is also the founder of the Child Care Chick.
How can people learn about your entrepreneurial skills and get mentored from you?
Okay, so I have a community called the Child Care Clique. I started that community because when I started in the child care industry, again, I told you I had no mentorship, no one I could call. I just figured it out, made a lot of mistakes, and I wanted people that wanted to get in this industry to not have to make all those mistakes. Mm-hmm. So I started this community, and right now we have hundreds of women in this community where we have monthly classes on all kind of topics, mentorship, we have events, we have meetups, and just a community of women where you can come to when you need some assistance or you're going through something in your program. I can't call my friend and tell her what I'm going through. She doesn't know what I'm going through in childcare, but they can come in this community and get mentorship. And then that trickled over into my conference, my Born to Teach conference that I'm having next July, which is going to be the biggest ECE, which is Early Childhood Education Conference for directors, owners, teachers, curriculum coordinators, anyone in this industry that will be able to come and just learn, get strategies, and just have that network.
Want to check it out.
Yep, want to check it out. And so I have that coming up in July so people could attend there. And I also have mentorship programs. If you need that more one-on-one, where you don't necessarily say, hey, I love the community, but I need one-on-one. Right. I have that option available, and I do a lot of one-on-one mentoring. I travel to their centers, wherever they are, other states. They travel to me. So I have those options available too.
And that, I'm going to tell everybody, it's thechildcarechick.com.
www.thechildcarechick.com. You can find out about
CHIC.
CHIC. Yeah, that is just no K. And then you can find out about the community there. You can find out about Born to Teach there. You can follow me on social media. I have borntoteach.com, the Child Care Clique, and the Child Care Chick.
You are such an incredible success story of an entrepreneur.
Thank you.
Give me some general advice for entrepreneurs.
So the first advice, and I say this sounds so cliche.
It's okay to cry.
No. Believe in yourself. People say, oh, I want to be successful. I want to do this. But do you really believe you can do it? No, I don't think I can do that. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
I tell people I'm regular. I was not born with a silver spoon in my mouth. No one in my family was an entrepreneur, but I believed in myself and nothing was going to stop me. I knew that I can do it. It's a mindset thing. People have to change their mindset to know whatever I put my mind to, I can have it. And you can cry too. You're going to cry.
And you can cry.
You can cry. You cry, but you get back up and dust yourself off when in business.
Because sometimes we talk ourselves down. We talk ourselves out of things. We come up with excuses of why this can't work. This won't work. Well, if I try this can't happen. Instead of saying, okay, how can I find a way? And also mentorship. That helps you also believe in yourself.
That's so
even more to know that you can do something. If you can get some type of mentorship from somebody who's been there, who's done it, who has some sort of blueprint for you to follow.
I agree.
But that was amazing, inspiring. I love it. But again, what's the website?
It's www.thechildcarechick.com.
No K. We're going to put all your information in our entrepreneurs group. That's Wealth Wednesdays for Entrepreneurs. It's a free Facebook group. Everybody join it. You'll get all this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. And now I hope we get some quality child care centers all over.
I love it. It's very necessary.
It's very necessary, yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much to Latrice Galloway for joining us. You can watch that full interview on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee. And when we come back, you guys have the last word.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine Brand's birthday. Is your birthday over?
No, still going.
All right,
I'm one of those.
Going. All right. Chella's here.
That's right. I'm here.
From Chicago. You'll be here for the rest of the week, too.
Yes, I will. I'm here.
And shout out to Donnell Rawlings again. Today is his birthday.
Happy birthday, Donnell.
Happy birthday, Donnell.
It's your birthday.
You really can sing.
I can.
No.
That was amazing.
Don't hate.
Angela.
Jasmine, be nice. All right. And I also want to thank Stacey Tisdale from Wealth Wednesday. Also, thank you to Latrice Galloway for joining us. She is the founder and CEO of Kidsville Learning Academy and also the founder of the Child Care Chick. Great conversations. You can watch that full conversation on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee. And as usual, you guys have the last word.
Hi, Angela. My name is Tiffany. I live in Ohio. I had a question about finances. I saved up a bunch of money, and it's just sitting in my savings account. So I know that money just sitting is not good money either. I was looking on how to start investing in things and just try to expand this money.
Hey, Angela Yee. I want to shine a light on Chemo Poindexter in Wilmington, Delaware, for being the man he is.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.